D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss it down below. You can also find the articles in the description down below if you want to read them for yourself. So why don't we just dive right in and get started. So earlier in this week, the actress Doris Day passed away, unfortunately. Now, if you are a fan like myself of Turner Classic Movies, she's been in a lot of movies, from the good old days and everything. And she's been in movies such as Calamity Jane, Pillow Talk, and Lover Come Back. She was in a lot of rom-coms with famously with Brock Hudson and everything. And she was fun fact, she was one of the few people that supported Brock Hudson when he died of AIDS, and unfortunately he had to be a closeted gay man back then. So she supported him and everything, and she unfortunately died at 97 when she unfortunately, after contracting the pneumonia, after contracting pneumonia and died. And that's super sad because, personally, I love Doris Day. I love movies that she's been in. I mean, she was just so great, and she was such a sweet person. I mean, if you watch interviews with her, she was such a genuinely nice person, or at least it seemed like that. You never know about people behind the scenes. So, for my next story, James Gunn is on an apology tour, and he kicked it off now in an interview with Deadline, because they got an exclusive interview with James Gunn. Now, the interview was very long and everything. I read most of it. I had to skip a small chunk of it just because for time's sake and everything. And he has, if you go and check it out in that description from Deadline, it has a lot of good sound bites and everything. So you'll be able to listen to those, but he never actually apologizes in the interview. Now, both Disney and Warner Brothers are invested in James Gunn and everything, because he will be directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Suicide Squad 2. Very into numbers. And now he talks about how he sheepishly went about and made a deal with Warner Brothers and had to keep that away from Disney. But it's like, really? Disney didn't know? I mean, the Mouse House didn't know? I mean, come on, Kevin Feige didn't know what you guys were doing. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, he probably knew, wink wink and everything. So, now the best sound bit, in my opinion, in the interview was that he talked about having an ex-wife, and which is Pam from The Office. I don't know if you guys knew that or whatnot. I didn't know it while reading this whole thing. But he said that he felt like Disney was kind of like an ex-wife for a while, and that he didn't want to look at it with anger and everything, which I think was a good approach, especially with an ex-wife or anything like that, but in this metaphor and everything. And that he didn't want to look at it with anger or hate. And that he was just kind of like, all we had with his previous wife was that we had a good marriage for 6 years, and then it just didn't work after that. So I think that was a good part of it. And what I think that really helps James Gunn in this whole thing is the fact that he doesn't have to appear on camera because he's a director/writer. So I think that really helps him in this situation with his comeback. And I think that a lot of people have jumped on his board with him. I did report a while back and everything about how he had done those famous tweets now about pedophilia jokes and everything. A lot of people didn't like it, some people took offense to it, and he was fired and everything. So we're not going to get into all that. But so he's on apology tour, and I guess good luck to him. So for my last story is that Robert Pattinson, it looks like he is going to play Batman. Now, I know a lot of people will associate Pattinson with the Twilight series, and they'll just be like, oh, he's just a pretty boy that can't act or whatnot, but if you go and look at some of the movies that he has done, some independent ones, not just Twilight, I would suggest the movie Good Time. He actually is really good. I mean, and he doesn't always look, you know, like a pretty boy. In the movie Good Time, he actually looks like kind of gross and everything. And I think that when he does these independent movies, it gives him some clout and as far as the acting goes. And I think that it won't be too bad. But as far as also he's going to be in the next Nolan movie, who directed Batman, and so that must mean something as far as acting chops. Now, as far as him playing Batman, I know a lot of people don't like this idea, but me personally, at this point, I'm just open to anybody playing anybody, because for the most part. But I think that because I know when Heath Ledger played the Joker, I wasn't for that, and Ben Affleck, I wasn't for that, and I actually did like Ben Affleck as Batman. I liked his Bruce Wayne better than Batman, but I didn't dislike his Batman. But I know a lot of people did and everything, but I just don't agree with that. So you can leave your opinions on that down below. Now tell me, what do you guys think about these three stories? I mean, how do you feel about Doris Day's death? How do you feel about James Gunn going on this apology tour, and will you be seeing his movies? How do you feel about Robert Pattinson playing Batman? Kind of big news and everything. Go ahead and leave those comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. I won't mind. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next Sunday for my week in review. Have a good week, guys. Bye! Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.